Social media has evolved from relative obscurity over the last 20 years to a fully acknowledged and integrated component of daily life. Despite its widespread use, studies on how social media impacts mental health are still ambiguous. You won't remember a time before the internet if you were born after 1995. For many kids and teenagers nowadays, being connected through cell phones and social media is simply a part of growing up. Although the majority of people have pleasant online experiences, there are hazards associated with them, such as the possibility that prolonged usage of social media may eventually affect their mental health. Although research in this field is still in its early stages, it is obvious how important social media is to many young people's lives. It goes without saying that social media platforms were created with the intention of retaining users' attention for as long as possible by preying on psychological flaws and weaknesses related to our need for approval and fear of rejection. Social media usage that is just passive, such as scrolling through postings, may be detrimental and has been connected to emotions of jealousy, inadequacy, and decreased life satisfaction. According to studies, it may even cause symptoms of ADHD, depression, anxiety, and sleep deprivation. Further proof is required before we can deem these conclusions definitive. However, with the prevalence of depression rising globally and the fact that half of all mental diseases begin before the age of 14, the potential problems need greater investigation. Numerous governments, sociologists, and psychiatrists have also voiced worry about the fact that today's youth spend too much time on their phones and lose out on other crucial social interactions. The emotions brought on by a like may reduce loneliness for a short while, but they cannot completely replace social interaction. Adolescents who experience loneliness offline may wind up feeling even more isolated in the long term if they utilize social media to make up for their underdeveloped social skills. A significant and enduring source of personal fulfillment and pleasure is the meaningful connections we make in person via both verbal and nonverbal clues. An emoji or a LOL might evoke flimsy sentiments of connection, but in-person interactions foster deeper connections via body language, touch, and facial expressions, as well as the interpretation of emotions through tone and nuance, all of which are often lost in the digital age. We often communicate with individuals online with whom they already have offline ties. When done responsibly, this kind of social media use by teenagers enables them to maintain contact with friends, classmates, and family members, and may even strengthen their ties offline. However, it may become an issue if social contact becomes solely online, or if we engage in excessive passive surfing where we are ingesting more information than others are. The like option may take the place of commenting, rather than encouraging real discussion. It may also have the appearance of a public ranking system, which can cause some teenagers to feel excluded and judged, a subject that many individuals are already quite sensitive to. Teens on social media may easily increase their insecurities. With the touch of a key, bullies may spread nasty, humiliating, and violent words and pictures. Despite the fact that the violence may have been committed online, its effects remain real. According to research, those who experience cyberbullying are more prone than other adolescents to using drugs and alcohol and missing school. Additionally, they are more likely to struggle academically, have low self-esteem, and face health issues. Extreme cases of cyberbullying have resulted in suicide. But is social media really detrimental to us? We often only hear about the bad sides of social media, yet every day, regular individuals use it to carry out good things. More individuals than you would think have profited from social media platforms and crowdsourcing. While reading through your Facebook page, you have certainly noticed one or more of these social media fundraising campaigns, and maybe you have even given to one. I'll share one of these wonderful tales with you. In New York, a young man and his dog, Cecil, lost consciousness and fell into the rails of a subway. He said Orlando, his seeing eye dog, leaped down and kissed his face till he woke up, fortunately saving him. Cecil and Orlando were unable to stop the train in time, but a subway worker was able to direct Cecil to stand in the center of the tracks. They both managed to survive the train passing over them with minor injuries. Cecil was approaching retirement age when he was sent to the hospital, and his insurance would only cover a working service dog, so Cecil told the media that he couldn't afford to retain his brave dog. He is saddened by the loss of such a brave canine. Cecil said he would keep Orlando if he had the money. When an Indiana pressman watched Orlando and Cecil's tale on the news, he was moved and made the decision to launch an internet campaign in their support. Social media users shared their tales, and many sent donations from their Christmas savings to help keep Orlando. The two were kept together, along with a new service dog, thanks to the campaign's success in raising more money than was required in less than a day. Social media, is it bad? The answer to this question is either yes or no. Building good social media habits is essential to avoiding possible hazards to your mental health, since it relies on your use and management. Moderate use should be matched with actual social time spent with family and friends. The determination of how much is excessive always relies on the person's age, personality, and culture. More significant than actual time spent online, however, is the impact of the information that teenagers encounter and the activities they engage in. It may be more advantageous to use social media to strengthen connections by having more one-on-one interactions with close friends via comments and texting, as opposed to utilizing it for the kind of public broadcasting and passive browsing that may cause people to compare likes. It is evident that not enough is known in many areas to make many firm inferences. The research does, however, indicate one direction: social media impacts individuals differently depending on their personality and pre-existing disorders. For some people, excessive use of this substance is probably not a good idea, just as with eating, gambling, and many other contemporary temptations. However, it would also be incorrect to suggest that social media is always harmful, since it has undeniably improved our lives in a variety of ways. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more useful and fascinating topics.